Hi everyone, I'm Zoe. Thank you so much for joining me today. This will be a hatha yoga class, so find 2 blocks or books, a towel or blanket, your mat, and let's get started. When you're ready, you can join me in a seat. Sit down on your mat or on a block or your blanket. And you can let your eyes fall closed or your gaze can soften. And inhale, bring some space between all the vertebrae of your spine, grow tall through the crown of your head. And exhale, let your spine stack one vertebra on the other. Inhale again, float up towards the sky like a balloon. Exhale, let your legs, let your sit bones, let your feet, let your hips all get heavy onto the mat. Good, one more time. Inhale, everything up towards the sky. You can scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears. And then exhale, let everything come down. Roll your shoulders down your back. Your shoulder blades can come together. And just take a moment here to look inwards. Tune into the feelings, the sensations that come up for you. Maybe you can feel the spaces where the mat and your body are touching. Maybe you can feel the wind, the air on your skin, on your face. Maybe you can feel your vertebra, your spine stretching long from your tailbone towards the crown of your head. Maybe you can feel your air, your breath coming in and out of your body. Maybe you have some thoughts or feelings coming up, and you can notice those too. Notice what thoughts are coming to mind. Notice what emotions you're feeling. And then just maybe decide, set the intention to continue tuning into those thoughts, feelings, sensations without judgment as you go throughout your practice today. Inhale, get long through your spine, long through your neck. Exhale, let your left ear come down towards your left shoulder. Inhale to spin your nose up towards the sky. Exhale to spin your nose down towards the ground. Inhale, look back towards middle. And then as you exhale, let your chin come down to your chest. Let your neck get heavy. And roll your neck around until your right ear comes through your right shoulder. Inhale here, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, look down at the floor. Inhale, back towards middle. And then you can let your chin come down to your chest again and roll it in a circle in the other direction until your right ear comes back, or your left ear comes back towards your left shoulder. Then you can go back the other way, making slow semicircles. If you want to, you can go all the way around in one direction and then the other. Just warming up your neck, warming up your spine. And inhale, bring your neck back up towards neutral. Inhale, get long up towards the sky. And exhale, you can plant your hands on the ground in front of you and roll over your shins, step your knees back underneath your hips, find tabletop. So root your hands down into the ground, the tops of your feet into the ground. Get long through your spine. And then engage your core, support your spine from below. And your next inhale, drop your belly. Tilt your chin up towards the ceiling, tilt your tailbone up towards the sky as well. Inhale here. Exhale, press the back of your heart up towards the sky. Let your nose come down towards the mat. Exhale. Inhale. C shape and your spine up towards the sky. Get broad across your collarbones. Find cow. Exhale, C shape down towards your mat. Get broad across your back body. Exhale, cat. And then just take a few more rounds. Inhale as you curl your spine up towards the sky. Exhale as you come down. One more time in either direction. And then inhale, come back towards neutral. Get really long here from the crown of your head to your tailbone. And then as you exhale, shift your hips a little over towards the right side. And then look over your right shoulder. Make a little C shape towards the right side of the room. Inhale, come back towards middle. And exhale in the other direction. Make a little C shape towards the left side of the room. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale back towards middle. And then just take a few more rounds. Getting long from your ear to your hip. And then from your ear to your hip on the other side. One more time. And then inhale, come back towards neutral. Good. On your next exhale, breathe weight down into your left hand, lighten up the weight in your light fingertips. You can start to lift your right hand up to a block. Maybe rotate your hand all the way up towards the sky. Twist open from your center. Inhale here. And then exhale, sweep your hand down towards the mat. Reach it underneath you. And then land your right shoulder down towards the mat. Fine thread the needle. You can leave your left hand bent or reach it out long in front of you. And then take a long breath here. Spread your fingertips in opposite directions. Exhale as you twist open just a little bit more. One more breath here. And then on your next inhale, slide your hand, if it's extended, back onto your shoulder. Press strong down into your left hand. Reach your right fingertips back up towards the sky. And as you exhale, land your right hand back down to the mat. Good. Great. Shift your weight into your right hand. Lighten up the weight in your left fingertips. Hand can come to a block. Reach all the way up towards the sky. Pivot open from your center. And then scoop. Scoop, scoop, scoop your hand all the way across. Land your shoulder down. Your ear can come down. And then this side, you can walk your hand out long in front of you. Stretch your fingertips apart. Rotate open. A little bit more. One more breath here. And on your next inhale, you can slide your extended hand back onto your shoulder. Press strong down to reach up with your left fingertips. And then exhale in everything down on the mat. In tabletop, you can curl your toes underneath. So your toes press into the mat. And then walk your hands in towards your knees so your weight, your hips come down towards your heels. You can land a block behind you and sit on a block if that's comfortable. Or you can sit all the way down on your heels. Find hero's pose. Your hands can come to the mat or to the tops of your legs. Get long through the crown of your head up towards the sky. Exhale, sink down into the mat. Stretch your feet out. And again, tune into the sensations, whatever they are. See if you can really listen to the messages your body is sending you. Maybe you feel warmth or strain. Maybe you feel cold or compression. See if you can understand those sensations. So maybe your body's asking you to come out a little bit, or maybe inviting you to go a little bit deeper. Let's play around with it and see if movement or stillness, if intensity or subtlety is what your body is asking for. See if you can listen in. And then on your next inhale, everybody can land their hands back down on the mat, uncurl your feet. Woo! Maybe shake it out. And just find your child's pose. So separate your knees wide or keep them in close together. Sink your hips down to your block, down to your heels. Walk your hands out in front of you. Land your forehead down on the mat. Again here, notice the sensations. Tune in. And then listen for understanding. So maybe you feel tightness in your hips and your body's asking for a little bit of movement. Maybe you feel warmth in your shoulders and your body's asking for stillness. See if you can answer the call today during class. And this is a skill just like anything else, of tuning in and listening to the things our body is telling us, and then knowing, trying to listen to what the right thing to do for yourself is. Just practice that a little bit today. Inhale, walk your hands back in towards your knees, and then lift your hips up, come back into tabletop. Okay, roll your toes underneath you again. Press down strong into your toes, strong into your hands. So exhale, engage your core, bring your knees up just an inch. Just hover them an inch off the mat. Long through your spine, strong through your core, and then exhale. Land your knees back down on the mat. You can shake it out. Again, tune in. See if you can give your body anything it asks for today. And then one more time, curl your toes underneath. Press down into your hands, into your feet. And then lift your hips all the way up towards the sky. And then slide your weight back over your feet. Find downward dog. You can walk your dog out, so bend one knee and then the other. If that feels good, maybe give a little twist of your hips. And then inhale, lift your right toes off the mat. Then squeeze your knee in towards your chest as you rock forward. Step your foot down in between your hands. Good. Land your back knee here. And then inhale, contract in towards the center. Come up into kneeling crescent. And exhale, let your hips sink down towards the front of your mat. Your hands can come to blocks, your hips. You reach overhead. It's okay if your knee comes over your toe. Just feel into it. And then exhale, press back up into neutral. Land your hands back down on the mat. Sweep your foot back into tabletop. Good, other side. Tuck your toes. Press down into the mat. Lift your hips up to the sky. And then let your heels fall down towards the mat. Good. Inhale, lighten up the weight in your left toes. And then squeeze your knee in towards your chest. Step your left foot up between your hands. Land your back knee back down on the mat. And pull energy into your center. Lift up strong. Find kneeling crescent on this side. Let your hips sink down towards the mat, sink down towards the ground. And your hands can come to a comfortable place. Again, listen, tune in and listen up to what your body is asking you for. Press down into your leg, come back up towards middle. Land your hands back on the mat and slide your foot back into tabletop. Good. Tuck your toes under again. Lift your hips up, find downward dog. Take a full breath here. Inhale, press the mat away. Exhale, let your weight fall down over your feet. Heels can slide just maybe 1 millimeter down towards the earth. And then inhale, look up between your hands. As you exhale, start to walk your toes in towards your hands. When you get all the way up to the front, you can find forward fold. Keep a little bend in your knee. Let your arms hang heavy down towards the mat. You can grab opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. Maybe interlace your hands behind your head, behind your neck. Help your neck relax down towards the ground. You want to grab your ankles or your toes. On your next inhale, start to roll up. Press all the way down into every place on your foot as you roll one vertebra on top of the other. Leave your head for last. Inhale, reach up and overhead. Exhale, let your hands come down to your side, palms face forward. Find your Tadasana. Again, let your eyes fall closed. Again, just tuning in, looking inwards. Any thoughts, memories, plans come up? Maybe you can just notice what those thoughts are trying to tell you. You can notice what's underneath. Any feelings, any fear, any relief, any joy, any sadness, whatever it is. You can notice, hear what that feeling is trying to tell you. And again, any physical sensations, any warmth, any coolness, any tightness, any release. You can feel what your body is saying with those sensations. Just whatever comes up. See if you can really listen. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up and overhead. Exhale, dive down towards your forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down towards the mat. Your head hang heavy. And then plant your hands on the mat in front of you. Step one foot back and then the other. Find downward dog. Inhale here, lighten up the weight in your right toes. Exhale as you hug your knee in towards your chest. Step your foot forward, find a low lunge. Good, your hands can come to blocks here, or you can root down to through your feet, come up towards standing, find high lunge here. And let your hands come down to your hips, down to your leg. Let your hips sink down towards the earth just a little bit more. Find your warrior one. Reach your fingertips up toward the sky. Inhale here, look up. Exhale, sink deeper into your front knee, your front leg. And then on your next inhale, start to press into your front foot. Extend your front knee. Keep a little bend in it. You can step your back foot in a couple inches, a couple steps. Inhale here, get long through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold forward from your hips over your front leg. Your hands can come down to the ground or to your blocks. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold over your front foot a little bit more. And again, honor the messages you're receiving. Maybe to go deeper, maybe to come out, maybe to find perfect stillness or subtle movements. And you can plant your hands on the ground, lift your back heel up towards the sky, press strong as you step your front foot back in line with your left foot. Find your downward facing dog. Good. You can walk your dog out, take a few breaths. And then on your next inhale, lighten up the weight in your light toes. Lighten up the weight in your left toes. Then hug your knees. You step your foot up between your hands. Find your low lunge. Get long here from toe to toe. Then press strong down into both feet. Hands can come up to your blocks or all the way up. Find high lunge. Inhale, get tall through your spine. Exhale, sink down just a little bit more. Then your hands can come to your hips. Maybe look down at the ground as you rotate your back foot down to the mat. You can find some space between your heels, move your toes. Your back toes might pivot out to a 45-degree angle. On your warrior one, reach your hands up to the sky. Maybe look up. One breath here. Virabhadrasana 1. And then on your next inhale, press strong into your front leg. Maybe slide your back leg up a couple steps. Keep your hip points pointed to the front of your mat. Inhale, get long. Exhale, fold forward from your hips. Come down over your front leg. Your hands can come down. Inhale as you lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down over your front leg. Our deepest selves, our bodies, our center, our core, our truest self knows what we need, knows what's best for us, knows our desires, and what we need to do to get them, to realize them, to live our best life. Just practice tuning into the messages from your deepest self. And give yourself permission to honor them, to follow them through, to take action if action is called for. And on your next inhale, press your hands down into the mat, pivot your back heel up towards the sky, and then sweep your front foot back in line with your right. Find your downward dog. One inhale here, and then exhale. You can land your knees on the mat. Separate them out wide or keep them in close. Find your child's pose. You can tune into your center, to your source, to your deepest, truest heart. And see what sensations, feelings, thoughts, or messages come to you from there. Just listen without judgment. And feel your breath come in and out of your body. You feel your heart lift up to the sky on your inhale. And you feel everything get heavy down into the earth on your exhales. On your next inhale, you can walk your hands in, lift your hips up off your heels, find tabletop again. Tuck your toes underneath, press down into the mat with your hands, with your feet, lift up into your downward dog. Lighten up the weight in your right toes. Exhale as you hug your knee in towards your chest, step your foot all the way to the front. You can land your back knee. Pull energy into your center to rise up. Your hands can come to blocks, your hips. As you sink forward, find kneeling crescent again. Then on your next inhale, press strong into your front leg. Come back up towards the middle and then keep going. Sink your hips down towards your back heel. Your front toes can come up off the mat. Inhale, get long through your spine. Exhale, fold down over your front leg. Your hands can find the mat or your blocks. You can walk your foot forward. Find your half splits, your Ardha Hanumanasana. And again, tune in here to the sensations, feelings, thoughts that arise. Really try and give them a listen. See if any messages to go deeper or come out, come up. Or notice if you can glean any understanding from your deepest self, your innermost heart. Inhale in, your foot come back up all the way towards middle strong. And exhale, land your feet back down on the mat. Sweep your foot back into tabletop. Again, tuck your toes underneath, press down through your feet, down through your hands, lift your hips up, and then slide your weight back over your heels. Find your downward dog again. And then inhale, lighten up the weight in your left toes. Exhale as you squeeze your knee into your chest, step your foot forward. Then land your back knee. Contract your legs together to come up strong in the middle. Inhale here, get tall. And then exhale, let your hips fall down towards the mat. And on your next inhale, press strong into your front foot, come back up towards middle, and then extend your foot out long. You can crawl it forward, crawl it back. Just keep a little bend in your knee as you fold forward over your front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana on this side. See if you can listen to what your innermost self's desires, loves, needs are. What is written on your heart? And then inhale, step your foot back down, lift up strong back into the middle, and then land your hands back down on the ground, slide this foot back into tabletop. Good. Inhale here, get long, and then exhale, you can come to have a seat on your feet, have a seat on your mat, and then slide, shift your weight from one side to one side, and extend your legs out long on the mat. Good. Inhale here, get tall. Exhale, take a little forward fold. Just fall down until you stop. You don't need to pull yourself closer to your legs. Just let gravity bring your torso a little closer in. And then inhale, come back up. Shift your weight onto your right hip and tuck your left foot in towards your glute. You can stay here. If your quad feels loose, you can come down to blocks behind you or maybe your forearms. Or if that's comfortable, you can come all the way down to lay down on the mat. Take long inhales all the way down into your bent leg. And long exhales all the way out. And on your next inhale, you can walk your hands back in underneath your shoulders. You can press yourself up. And then shift your weight onto your right hip. Slide your left leg out long on the mat. You can take a little bounce of your knees. Wiggle your legs out. And then shift your weight onto your left hip. Hug your right leg in towards your glute. And then again, you can start to walk yourself back. You can come down to blocks, your forearms, or come down all the way flat to your mat. Take long breaths here, in and out. And then on your next inhale, you can walk your hands, your forearms back in underneath, press yourself up. Shift your weight over onto your left hip and slide your right leg out long. Good. You can hold onto your legs or have your hands on the mat as you roll down, vertebra by vertebra, all the way down. Good. Then when you're here, inhale, pick your right foot up and lay your right ankle across your left knee. You can use your hands to guide you. And then lift your bent knee up. You can wrap your arms around the back of your leg or reach up and hold on to your shin. Let's find supine pigeon here. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then you can let go your left leg, let that foot land down long. And then let this whole stack of your legs, let it just drift over towards your left. You can land your right foot on the ground. You can cactus up your arms, bend your arms at the elbows. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Just let yourself be gently twisted. And again, tune in. You feel all the places where your body's touching the mat. Maybe feel all the places the air is touching your skin. You feel any tightness, any remaining energy, any warmth or coolness coming from inside your body. And then you can press your legs back up towards middle. And then slide your top leg back down to the mat. And lift your left toes up. Maybe give it a little squeeze in. And then cross your left ankle over your right knee. Pick your bent leg up this time and give it a little hug in. You let gravity do most of the work. If you want to take little rocks back and forth, maybe extend and bend your bottom leg. You roll your ankles out, whatever feels right. One more breath. And then on your next exhale, you can let your little pigeon legs fall over to the right. You can cactus out your arms if you look over your left shoulder. Notice if this side feels any different. And then lift your legs back up towards middle. Slide your bent leg off of your knee. And then pick both feet up towards the sky. You can reach up and grab onto your feet, grab onto your legs. And then if you want, you can find a little rock back and forth here. Maybe you move one leg around in a circle and then the other. Maybe you point and flex your feet. Just find what your body is asking for here. Maybe it's stillness. And then when you're ready, you can slide your knees together towards the middle. And give yourself a big hug. Squeeze everything down. Exhale, you can lay your legs out long. Your feet can flop open towards the side. You can let the backs of your hands come down to the mat. And then you can let your eyes come closed. So your gaze can soften and unfocus. We'll take one more breath in together. Long inhale. Really feel your breath come all the way in. And then exhale. Feel it wash over everything as it leaves. And then just take a few moments here to soak into your Shavasana. You can stay here for as long as you like. If you're ready to move on with your day, and start to bring your awareness down into your feet, down into your hands. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, or bend and flex your hands and feet. Just gently reawaken your body. And then in a slow and unhurried way, you can bring yourself back up to a seat. You can let your eyes stay closed and your gaze can stay soft. And when you arrive, you inhale to get long, grow space into the spaces of your spine. Exhale, let your spine stack up nice and tall. Inhale again, let everything grow tall towards the sky. And exhale, let your seat be heavy on your mat. You can place one hand over your heart and the other hand on top. And then let your chin fall down towards your chest. Take a little bow down towards your heart. Take a moment to thank yourself for practicing today. Thank your body. Thank your feelings. Thank your mind for looking out for you. And thank you very much for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you again soon.